everyone, welcome back. Today we're checking out the Cerapad Kinect by you, a customizable version of the Kinect ceramic coated Glasspad from TJ Exclusives that lets you print your own artwork on the surface. But before we jump into the review, I want to mention that this mousepad was sent to me by TJ Exclusives, but as always, that won't affect my opinions. So to begin with this mousepad, TJ Exclusives set out to achieve 4 key goals. Create the highest quality print on any mousepad, develop a non-stick surface that doesn't require an arm sleeve, make one of the most controlled hardpad surfaces, and offer flexibility in sizing. I'll be going through each of these points to see if they delivered, along with a few extra things I want to cover myself. Starting with the print quality, I can confidently say this is the best I've seen on any custom mousepad to date. From my understanding, they've achieved this quality by printing the image directly onto the surface rather than underneath the glass layer. This method results in a sharper, more vibrant visual without the blurry effect you'd get from printing under glass. As you can see on my copy, I've opted for a mostly black and white design, but you can see how nice the dark and light colors look and the clarity of the image. So to me, that's one of their goals achieved. When it comes to developing a non-stick surface, I don't think they've quite succeeded. In fact, I say it's the opposite. The surface tends to stick to my skin frequently, making it almost unusable without an arm sleeve. If you prefer playing without one, this could be a major drawback. For me, the sticking was so bad that I had to change my grip style just to make the pad usable. Any finger contact with a surface will cause severe slowdowns, making it difficult to track and switch targets accurately. It got to the point where playing without adjusting my grip simply wasn't an option. I had to grip the mouse in a way that prevented my ring finger or pinky from making contact with the mousepad. That being said, I've seen other reviews from content creators who mentioned that the surface works fine for them without a sleeve, while others had the same issues as me. So it might just come down to individual differences such as arm hair or how much you sweat, but in my case, I don't think they've achieved this goal. The third point was to make a controlled hardpad, and I think TJ Exclusive have achieved this. The Cerapad Kinect has a slick surface like all glass pads, features moderate to high static friction, and a generally slow glide compared to most glass pads I've tried. This gives it the properties of a controlled mousepad while maintaining the benefits of a hardpad. But this is where I'll talk about performance. Overall, I had fun using the Cerapad Kinect, but I ran into some issues in scenarios where I had to track fast moving targets in a non-linear way. The more directional changes needed in a game, the more I struggled with the Cerapad Kinect. Why? The high static friction. While helpful for flicks, since it reduces the shakiness at the end of a flick or a target switch, it made micro adjustments during tracking more difficult. So it took extra effort to correct over or under tracking, as the high static friction felt like it was working against me. So in games like COD or Battlefield, the mousepad really shined and was a lot of fun to use, as enemy movement is mostly linear with a few directional changes. However, in games like the Finals or Marvel Rivals, I did struggle a bit because of the more erratic movement. While they've succeeded in making a controlled surface, I think it comes at the expense of micro adjustments and smooth directional changes. Overall, I found the surface to be a fun experience. I would only consider using it for certain games that don't require intense amount of non-linear tracking. Finally, their last goal is to offer flexible sizing that suits everyone, with 6 sizes ranging from 355 by 305mm to 505 by 505mm. I believe there's an option for everyone, and TJ Exclusive has done a great job providing such a diverse selection. Now that we've covered the main features of the Cerapad Kinect, I want to share some more personal experiences, how the pad performs, and also different mouse skates. So first of all, I want to talk about how it affected my aim. So how does Cerapad Kinect affect my aim? I say it fundamentally changed the way I aim. The main issue was that any contact between my fingers and the surface causes unwanted slowdowns, making everything more difficult. This forced me to adjust my grip, but after a few days, I felt I regained around 80 to 90% of my aiming ability and started to perform well in games again. That said, the initial adjustment process was challenging. While switching and flicking felt easy on this mousepad, certain types of evasive non-linear tracking was noticeably harder, and any benefits I gained in other aspects of aiming were offset by this drawback. For example, my scores in Voltac scenarios such as the PGT and Snake Track dropped by around 300 to 400 points. Overall, I found the Cerapad Kinect to be a situational mousepad. I really enjoyed using it in games like Battlefield, where the gameplay is more linear, but I struggled in games like the Finals, where the fast-paced, unpredictable movement is more common. Still, I say it was a fun pad to use, and its unique features sets it apart from other glass mousepads. Let's dive into how it felt with the OP1 8K default skates, Obsidian dots, and Tigergeist dots. The OP1 8K default skates initially performed well on the Cerapad Kinect, especially for non-linear tracking and evasive targets. The stopping power and target switching felt smooth, with less overshooting compared to other pads. Over about 9 days of use, I started to notice the skates wearing down, which affected performance. Glide became less smooth, and I experienced more resistance during movement, especially with non-linear and precise tracking. Directional changes in scenarios like VT, PGT became more difficult as the skates lost some of their initial responsiveness. Switching to Obsidian skates introduced more texture, complementing the pad's control-oriented design. The added control improved my overall experience, and it helped eliminate the scratchy sensation I had with the worn-out OP18K skates. However, despite the increased control, the Obsidian skates are less smooth than pure PTFE, making it even harder to micro-adjust and directional change. While the glide wasn't as smooth as before, the added texture suited the pad's control-oriented design well, and I'm hoping they lasted longer without noticeable wear, as they are designed to be more resilient. And lastly, using Tiger Eye skates on the Cerapad Kinects. They delivered the smoothest glide experience of all the skates I've tested. The reduced friction made micro adjustments and directional changes slightly easier. Although they still feel more difficult compared to other mouse pads, it made the overall high friction feel a bit less. But due to the coated glass surface, Tiger Eye skates will more than likely wear down the fastest among all the options I've tried. Like any glass surface, Cerapad Kinects requires regular cleaning to maintain optimal performance. Dust and debris can affect glide and aiming precision, as you'll feel anything on this pad surface. For daily maintenance, simply wipe the pad down with a microfiber cloth. You can also use a small amount of glass or window cleaning for a deeper clean. For a monthly cleaning, I recommend using some alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, and make sure it's 99.9%, and some paper towels to remove any sweat or dirt buildup, which will restore the pad's original glide. I don't see this as a negative or a positive, as it's a process that needs to be done with any glass pad just to keep it consistent. So to wrap it up, here's a quick breakdown of the positive, neutrals and negatives of the Cerapad Kinect, so you can decide if it's the right choice for you. So the positives: exceptional print quality, great for linear tracking and switching targets, offers a more controlled surface compared to typical glass pads, and a wide range of sizing options. The neutrals: skate wear started to show around 9 days of use for me, so it can be reduced by using more durable skates such as the Obsidians, and it requires regular cleaning and maintenance. Lastly, the negatives: the surface can feel sticky, especially without an arm sleeve, making grip changes necessary. Non-linear tracking can be difficult, particularly with erratic target movement. The higher static friction can make harder micro adjustments and directional changes more challenging. Ultimately, if you prioritize control and enjoy games with linear movement, Cerapad Kinects could be a great fit. However, if you need a path of fast, non-linear tracking, this might not be the best choice for you. But in my opinion, it depends on your playstyle and what you need from a mousepad. Even though it's not my favorite mousepad of all time, I can definitely see it staying on my desk or getting rotated in just for the artwork alone. Customization option is a cool feature, and it has a personal touch for me. With all that, if you have enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. Keep an eye out for more reviews and videos coming your way.